Your dog watches you leave every day. This is why it hurts them so much. Every morning, your dog watches you put on your shoes. They don't say anything. They never do. But something happens in that moment. Something deep. Something biological. Something that science is only beginning to understand. And most dog owners walk out that door without ever knowing what their dog is feeling when they do. What if I told you that the moment you leave is one of the most emotionally intense moments of your dog's entire day? Not because they're dramatic, not because they're needy, but because of something they feel that goes far deeper than we ever gave them credit for. Stay with me, because by the end of this, you'll never look at your goodbye the same way again. Music shifts slightly, warmer. Picture this. You grab your keys, you pick up your bag, and before you've even reached the door, your dog is already there. Sitting, watching, eyes locked on you like you're the only thing in the world. Maybe their tail slows down. Maybe they let out a small whine. Maybe they just stare at you, that long, searching stare that somehow feels like a question you can't answer. And you say, "I'll be back, I promise." But of course, they don't understand those words. What they understand is something else entirely, something older than language, older than training, something that lives deep in the wiring of who they are. Here's what most people don't know. Your dog doesn't experience your absence the way you imagine they do. It's not just loneliness. It's not just boredom. What your dog feels when you walk out that door is something much more primal than that. Dogs are pack animals. You already know that. But here's what that actually means in your dog's daily life. In the wild, separation from the pack didn't just mean being alone. It meant danger. It meant vulnerability. It meant survival was suddenly in question. That ancient programming, it's still running. Every single day, inside your dog's brain. When you leave, their nervous system doesn't say, "Okay, they'll be back at 6. It says, "My person is gone." Researchers have actually measured what happens in a dog's brain and body in the moments after their owner walks out the door. Cortisol, the stress hormone, spikes. Heart rate increases. Some dogs pace. Some bark. Some sit by the door for hours. Some destroy things, not out of mischief, but out of desperation. But here's the part that stopped me when I first read it. Studies using brain imaging found that the smell of their owner, just the smell, activates the same reward center in a dog's brain that lights up when they're about to eat. Your scent alone makes them feel safe. Which means when that scent starts to fade after you leave, something inside them starts to ache. Not metaphorically, literally. So, what does your dog actually do after the door closes? This is the part that gets me every time. Many dogs will go to the spot where you were last sitting. Your side of the couch, your side of the bed. They curl up there. Not because it's comfortable, because it smells like you. It's the closest thing they have to your presence when you're not there. Some dogs carry their owner's sock or shirt around the house. People laugh at this. They think it's cute, maybe a little weird. But what that dog is doing is heartbreaking when you understand it. They are holding on to you, the only way they know how. There's also the window behavior. Maybe you've noticed it. You leave, and later a neighbor or a camera catches your dog sitting at the front window, not playing, not sleeping, just watching, waiting. Researchers studied this too, and they found something remarkable. Dogs can actually tell the difference between how long their owner has been gone. Not by a clock, obviously, but by scent. Your smell slowly fades as time passes, and dogs use that fading as a way to track time. The less they can smell you, the more time has passed. So in a very real sense, your dog experiences your absence as a diminishing, a slow disappearing. Every hour, they smell a little less of you, and every hour, the ache grows a little deeper. Now let's talk about the behaviors, Because once you understand what's happening emotionally for your dog, these daily moments start to look completely different. The Velcro dog. You know this one. Your dog follows you from room to room, bathroom, kitchen, bedroom. Everywhere you go, they go. Most people just smile and say, they're so clingy. But that's not clinginess. That is your dog trying to memorize you. Every time you move, they move. They are staying close because somewhere deep in their instincts, they know that closeness might end. And they want to be near you for every second they can. The pre-departure anxiety. Here's something fascinating and slightly heartbreaking. Many dogs can predict when you're about to leave, before you even do anything. Not because they're psychic, because they've memorized your patterns. The specific shoes you wear on work days. The way you check your phone differently when you're leaving. The sound of your car keys versus your house keys. Dogs are extraordinary pattern recognizers, and some of them begin to show stress signs, panting, pacing, trembling, 15 to 30 minutes before you actually leave. They've already braced for the goodbye. Think about that. They're experiencing the anticipation of your absence while you're still right there in the room with them. The return ritual. You've seen this 1,000 times. You come home and your dog acts like you've returned from war, spinning, jumping, crying, covering you in kisses. People call it just excitement, but behaviorists describe it differently. That explosion of joy when you walk back in the door is the release of hours of emotional tension. It's relief in its purest, most unfiltered form. Your dog isn't just happy to see you. Your dog is exhaling. The vigil is over. You came back. You always come back. And to them, in that moment, that feels like everything. I want you to stop for a second. Think about the last time you left your home. Maybe you were running late. Maybe you were stressed. Maybe you barely glanced back before the door closed behind you. Your dog was watching, not judging, not angry, just watching. And here's what I want you to understand. Not as a fact, but as something you feel. Your dog has no concept of you'll be back. They have no Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, no 5 o'clock, no just a few hours. They only have now. And in their now, when you leave, you are simply gone. And they wait. Not with the comfort of knowing, just with the faith that you will come back. Because you always have. That's not just loyalty. That is the deepest, most unconditional form of trust that exists between two living things. Your dog trusts you completely, with no guarantee, no contract, no evidence beyond the simple accumulated history of every time you came home. They wait for you because loving you is the only thing they know how to do. Now, here's the part people don't always talk about, because this isn't meant to make you feel guilty. It's meant to make you feel present. There are small, simple things you can do that make a real difference in how your dog experiences your departure. Don't make the goodbye dramatic. I know, it's hard. You love them. You want to give them all the pets and reassurance in the world before you go. But here's the thing. Big emotional goodbyes actually increase anxiety in many dogs. Your energy matters. If you leave in a calm, relaxed way, it signals to them that this is normal, that it's safe, that you'll be back, not in words, but in energy. Leave something of yourself behind. An old shirt, a worn pillowcase, something that holds your scent. Remember what we talked about earlier? Your smell is comfort. Your smell is safety. Giving them something to hold on to isn't silly. It's genuinely soothing. Create a departure ritual. Dogs thrive on routine. If you consistently do a small, calm routine before you leave, a gentle pat, a specific phrase, placing their favorite toy nearby, they begin to associate that routine with you will return. It doesn't eliminate the ache, but it gives them something familiar to hold on to. And when you come home, let them have that moment. Don't rush past the greeting to check your phone or unpack your bag. Give them 30 seconds of full, present, joyful reunion, because to them, that moment is everything. It's the confirmation of the faith they held all day. Music builds softly, cinematic, warm. Here's the truth that lives at the center of all of this. Your dog doesn't watch you leave because they're anxious. They watch you leave because you are their whole world. Not part of it, all of it. Everything safe and warm and good in their life, it has your face on it. And every morning, that world walks out the door. And every evening, it walks back in. That simple cycle, the leaving and the returning, is the entire emotional landscape of your dog's day. And they endure it, day after day, year after year, with a patience and a faithfulness that, honestly, most humans could learn from. So the next time you're running out the door, half distracted, keys in hand, take just one extra second. Look at your dog. Really look. Because what you'll see in their eyes isn't just a dog waiting by the door. You'll see someone who loves you so completely, so quietly, so absolutely, that they will wait, as long as it takes, for you to come home. Gentle music fade. Warm, conversational voice. If your dog is with you right now, go give them something. A touch, a scratch behind the ears, a moment where they know, even if they can't understand the words, that you see them, that you know what they feel, that you're grateful they wait. And if this video made you think of your dog in a new way, leave a comment below and tell me one thing your dog does when you leave or come home. I read every single one, because every dog story matters, and every dog deserves to be understood. See you in the next one.